Welcome to VSAVE classes for IPCC Short Basics. As a part of first session, we are going to discuss on indifference point. What is indifference point? This we learn in selecting the capital structure. Indifference point means an EBIT, a level of EBIT at which EPS under both the options remain constant. Options here means capital structure options. It can be equity or it can be equity and debt. Also it can be equity, debt and preference. Capital can be divided into either equity or equity debt or equity debt and preference. Take an example of two structures. Structure 1 talks about 100% equity and structure 2 talks about 50% equity and 50% debt with a tax rate of 50%. Now let us compute what is indifference point. As discussed, it is a level of EBIT at which EPS under this structure or EPS under this structure shall be the same. To compute EBIT, now we should write indifference point equals to EBIT is what we are going to compute minus interest under option 1 minus into 1 minus tax rate whole divided by equity shares under option number 1 shall be equals to EBIT minus interest under option number 2 into 1 minus tax rate divided by equity shares under option number 2. First case, we don't know EBIT, assume EBIT as X minus interest is 0, whereas 1 minus tax rate is 50% with number of equity shares 10 lakh divided by 100 is 10,000 shall be equals to, we don't know EBIT here, assume it as X minus here interest 10% on 5 lakhs 50,000 into 50% whole by shares under option 2 5 lakh divided by 100 which is 5,000. Simplifying this formula we'll get X minus 50,000 X minus 50,000 equals to 0.5 X and X equals to 50,000 by 0.5 which is 1 lakh. If 1 lakh earned by both the entities, whether you go with capital structure 1 or you go with capital structure 2, the EPS under both the structures remain constant. Let us check whether 1 lakh is a indifference point or not. Capital structure 1, capital structure 2. As we decided or computed our EBIT as 1 lakh, interest here it is 0 and here it is 50,000. EBIT EBT is 1 lakh and 50,000. Your tax 50% is 50,000, 25,000. Earnings after tax 50,000 under option 1 and 25,000 under option 2. Number of shares 10,000 under option 1 and 5,000 under option 2. Earnings per share is 5 and 5. Hence it is proved that 1 lakh, if the firm earns 1 lakh EBIT, whether it is full equity or 50 equity and 50 debt, shall not make any difference in their earnings per share. It is to be concluded that indifference point is that level of EBIT at which EPS under both the given capital structures remain constant.